Asanteni sana. Tafadhali tuketi chini. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Moses. Ministers present, the chair of the Association of Pension Managers and members present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Jambo. I have a speech, but I don't know whether I should read it or we should just have a conversation. First, let me say the following. I am truly grateful that I have gotten an opportunity to come and share this occasion with you. As people who manage our pensions as trustees and as people who work with us to make sure that our retirement is secured. I also want to thank all the players in this space. As Jeff has said, I have spent a bit of time to try and understand and to try and work with you so that we can, all of us, understand where we are, what we need to do, where we need to go, and how to get there. And I've been around so much that now Jeff wants me dressed in a red jacket. Jeff, I have no problem putting on a red jacket, but I would prefer it if it has a lace of yellow. But to speak to this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, let me say a couple of things. Where we are as a country, and I want to appreciate the pensions who have really supported us whenever we have gone to the market to borrow money to run the affairs of government. The pension schemes have always been there to support us. You have, I think I'm told that 47% of your pension savings from your schemes, you put it in government paper. And I want to say thank you very much for supporting us. I also know that we have some huge pending bills owing by government institutions, by public institutions, that is owing to pension schemes. And I want to undertake, because I am looking forward to a win-win relationship between you as pension managers and administrators and trustees and us as people who work in the public sector. And I want to commit. I have told your leadership that I want to agree with you on the monies that our parastatals, universities, public institutions owe you. I want a framework where we will make sure that we pay all that money in the next 2 years. So I want us to agree. I know it's a lot of money, but I want us to agree on a framework. And the ministry concerned will provide a framework where we can sit with the leadership of our pension schemes and trustees and managers so that we can agree on a framework, because it is not right that we have collected money from your members and we have not remitted to your schemes. I think we just need to right the wrongs and make sure that every money that we have collected, every money that is due to our pension schemes must be made available to our pension schemes, to the SACCOs, and to all the other infrastructure that help us with savings in the country. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking forward to you and the ministry working together on paying debt. That's not a very good place to be. I don't want to say you have urged us on to borrow more because you need a place to invest your savings. But I also want us to agree, because I undertook to the people of Kenya that we have to relook at our debt situation as a country. And that is the reason why I have instructed the Ministry of Finance to work with all the other ministries so that we can shave off 300 billion shillings from this budget of this year. It's not a simple assignment. It's not an easy thing to do, but I promise you we will do it because it's the right thing to do. We will have to delay some of the projects we have. We will have to postpone some of them. We will have to relook at some of the interventions. I have seen reports that we have slowed down on trips abroad and many of the other things, and made sure that we are removing the fat from our budget. I promise you, because I will not be the president that will continue the journey of taking our country into debt. It's going to be a difficult choice, but I don't see an option. We just have to make those choices. So, and we are going to rationalize the budget and be able to look at what else we can do even next year. I have also given instructions to the Ministry of Finance that yes, we will go to the market, and if we find that in the market we cannot find money at 10%, we will go back and relook at other sources. It's not possible for us to borrow at beyond 10%. Anything 12, the last borrowing that we did was at 14%. That is unacceptable. And that's the trajectory we are going. I don't know whether it is good news for you. I don't know whether it is bad news, but that's where we are going. I'm sorry, gentlemen and ladies, because this is your country as well. I don't think anyone seated here would approve us to continue borrow and take our country to debt in a way that is not sustainable. True or not true? Yeah. So we have to balance things out. I know high interest rates are good. So having said that, I'm acutely aware that we must also provide opportunities for you as people who work with us in making sure that we grow our savings. We must give you alternative products that you can buy into for your long-term assets. I know you're also aware that at the moment we are our revenues are only 14% of GDP. We have countries that go all the way to 30, 35%. But for the size of our economy and for our region, I am very confident that we can do between 22 and 25% of our GDP. And I have every intention to ensure that our Kenya Revenue Authority and all of us work together so that we can raise sufficient revenues through our taxes to be able to take charge of our development and to be able to progressively get our country away from huge debts that we have today. It is the moral thing to do, it is the right thing to do, and I am asking you, as I ask all of us as Kenyans, to work together towards doing that which is right and ensuring that we raise our person to run our development programs, to retire our debts, and to set the correct footing for our country. Because we can do it. It is possible for us to do it. We just need to work together, be disciplined, get things right, everybody working together in a synergized manner. We can get our country in the right place, and I have every intention of providing the leadership for us to get there. Ladies and gentlemen, as we work on reducing debt and borrowing and raising revenues so that we can fund our development and reduce government borrowing, we will give more space for borrowing by business, by entrepreneurs, by the private sector, so that they too can fire the engines of our growth. Because continued government borrowing at the level that we have is squeezing out the private sector, denying the private sector the resources to be able to drive their enterprises and the economy of our country. Having said that, and I have given my unsolicited, unequivocal undertaking that I intend to work with the public sector so that we can pay all our dues to your schemes, so that you can build the resources to be able to benefit your contributors. As we do that, we are also working to make sure that as a country we raise our savings. At the moment, it doesn't matter how you look at things. It could be anywhere between 10 or 12%, depending on what numbers you are working with. But we should be able to do better than that, possibly double our percentage of savings as a percentage of GDP. We should be able to do that. It is possible, and we can work together towards achieving that. I have already, we're working with the teams to make sure that we provide pathways and interventions and a framework for Kenyans to do more savings as they do business. For example, we have built around the Hustler Fund that it's going to be a fund that is not only going to promote affordable credit, but it is intertwined with a savings component in it that is also mandatory. Because that way we can begin to build our savings as a country. So, having said that, and I have said some of the right things you want me to do, I also want to make an offer to you as pension schemes. And this is the offer I want to make to you. I want to simplify your investments. I know many of you, you go buy a piece of land somewhere, it is controversial, you go to court, you spend so many years in court, you have locked your contributors' resources. Sometimes it's difficult. Many Kenyans also, over the weekends, you find them, going to this place and that place looking for this 50 by 100. Many of them are conned. Some of, we have so many brokers, not the ones like for the stock exchange, but the other brokers who sometimes are fraudsters. So we want to make sure that we help Kenyans from being conned in looking for plots left, right, and center. We also want to assist you instead of wasting all your time looking for pieces of land this way, that way, and the other place. We want to consolidate all that in our housing program. And we will make affordable houses ready for you to either sell to your members or invest in for those who want mortgages on long term. We will sort out all the challenges for you. We will make sure that you have a ready product. You don't have to look for pieces of land left, right, and center. You don't have to go quarrel with people. You leave that to us. We will do that for you. We will give you a ready product. All you need to do is to move ahead with that. I don't think you could ask for more, honestly. I know many of you here, seated here, some of your pensioners have been conned, fake plots, fake titles, fake this, fake that. So please, I'm giving you an offer that you participate with us in our housing program. We have already negotiated affordable houses. We have a backlog of 2 million houses. We have a shortage of 200,000 houses every year. And we want to make at least 60% of the 200,000 houses that should be built in Kenya every year to be affordable houses. We will have a small section of social housing. We want to work with our pension schemes to make it easy for you to invest by giving you a product that is ready, investment grade. That's what this Kiliman keeps telling me. You must give us a product that is investment grade. So I am offering an investment grade product to the pension schemes. I am making things easy so that you can invest and we can all secure the resources of your contributors because they are our collective national resources. We don't want them spent in an inappropriate manner. Secondly, I am making you another offer. In our infrastructure, we have several roads that we want to construct and some that are halfway done. We want to work with you, and you have many professionals here. The good gentleman who spoke about this gathering, they said these are people who are tested, they've gone to class, they have been examined, and they have passed the exam. So I do not have any doubt in my mind that we have the requisite knowledge for us to structure an instrument that you can invest in in our infrastructure development. I have available every year from the Kenya Roads Board about 40 billion shillings that I can pay you every year. Ring-fenced. It's not, we are not, and it is in its own account. It's not part of the money I use to do other things. It is dedicated, and I want to agree with you how I can pay you these 40 billion shillings every year if you give me the money to be able to finish these roads and to do infrastructure which your members will use. See, in win-win. Please, good people. So I want the good people, the intelligent people. You know, some of us are not as intelligent as the people here. So let them sit down with my good minister here. I brought Kipchumba Murkomen here as the minister for roads so that he can listen to what we are saying. He is ready for us to have a conversation. How proud will you be if you can not only make your pensioners benefit, but also contribute to developing your country? You can proudly say, we built these roads. That is the win-win relationship I am looking for from you. I am told you are the people who make the decisions. I was talking to some other people and then they told me, no. There is another group, another gang called trustees and administrators. Those are the people who make the decision. So wakati nilisikia ati mmekusanyana hapa nikasema wacha nikuje. You know, this is the offer I am making. And I'm going to ask you the following. I'm also giving you another chance. Because you now can invest. Because I have said, going forward, I will not be borrowing. But I am ready to borrow from you. Yeah? Because you are doing a good job. And I know the ultimate beneficiaries are the citizens of our good country. Many of them in doing many small jobs. So you are the people I want to work with because I know ultimately that we are going to work with you. So nimekuja hapa tukubaliane na nyinyi. Nyinyi mko na pesa, lakini mimi nataka niwaombe hii pesa yenu tusitumie kusukuma hii nchi iende kwa madeni. Tutumie kutengeneza nchi ambayo iko na infrastructure ambayo itafaidi wa Kenya wote. Kama ni barabara, ifaidi wa Kenya wote. Kama ni manyumba, we already have 6.5 million people living in slums. I was in Kibra to begin to progress the slum upgrading project, where we are building the next 5,000 houses, and then we'll do another 5,000. God willing, by the end of my term, I want Kibra to be a real estate, not a slum. And we are going to succeed if you guys agree to work with us. Are we together? So, because you are the people who make the decisions on the other side, and I am the person who makes the decision on this side, we can finish this meeting here. Ndio. Hakuna haja ya kwenda tena kuongea sijui wapi nini. You know? unless you guys are not persuaded, because you know, this is our country and we must push it in the right direction. It may look to you, for example, that maybe this is out of the ordinary, you know? This is not what you usually do. But let me give you a bit of background, you know? And forgive me if I'm taking too much time, maybe. Yeah. Let me give you an example. When we came into office in 2013, we had only 2.3 million people connected to electricity, 2.3 million. And we were trying to figure out how do we do this thing differently? Yeah? How do we do it differently? So after consultation and discussion back and forth, we decided, okay, why don't we do this thing differently? Because I was persuaded by one gentleman who told me, listen, Mr. Deputy President, that time, the problem is we have many transformers all over the country that can carry between 300 and 500 people, but at the moment it's carrying only 15 or 10 people. The other 200-300 people are not on power, because we have said for you to be connected to power, you must pay 70,000 shillings for you to be connected. And that is why so many people who cannot raise 70,000 are living in darkness, and the transformer is sitting outside their house. So what did we do? We decided, let's do this thing differently. Let us connect everybody for free, households connected to electricity. No magic required, no magician needed, simple change of, change of approach. Are we together? So I'm just giving you an example. I can give you an example of what we did with roads. We have doubled the kilometers of tarmac in Kenya in the last 10 years, again by changing the building regulations. So I am encouraging you that we've been here before. We can do this thing together. If we can do it, if you agree that we relook at it, we have enough professionals here who will make sure that they can structure the right instruments for you to invest and for us to grow our country. I came here to make this speech to you guys as leaders in our country, as leaders in the pension sector, and I am looking forward to working with you, because I know that you want an opportunity for your pensioners to get a fair return, but you also want to be part of the development of our country. And that brings us together. I want to leave it there for now, and to request that you seriously make this consideration, and I am willing, I am ready, I am available to further this discussion this afternoon or tomorrow. I am ready, because I think these are decisions that will make our country make the needed leapfrogging and accelerating our development as a country. I want to thank you very much for accommodating me and listening to me, and I look forward to working with you as members of the pension fraternity. We will make the necessary adjustment. I know somebody has asked me whether we can change the Employment Act to provide that every employer must provide for a pension structure. And that pension scheme should be mutually contributed between the employer and the employee so that we can all move together. I will give it very serious consideration, and you will hear from me shortly on that particular subject. Do not shy away from making proposals to us on what can improve this space. You are the practitioners, you are the professionals, you are the wearers of the shoe, so you know how it feels where. So we are going to work with you, and I'm going to provide as much avenues for us to consult and to work together as will be practically possible. You are aware also that our stock exchange is something that we need to consider in terms of also raising capital in many other aspects, and it also acts as an avenue for you to be able to release.
May we appreciate His Excellency with a more heartier clap. Thank you, sir. You may resume to your seat, sir. With your permission, sir, now I invite all of us to look at the screens as His Excellency the President launches for us the Sanduku initiative at the count of 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.